Mr.
Hey,
right on
to the
fucking
Mr.
time.
Sloppy Ball Show. Hey, well, sorry, what?
Said Mr. Right on time.
Mr. Right on time.
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans by fans, with your hosts, Jessy Martin.
The Cowboys are finished, you understand me?
John Taman.
Pull down my trousers and do your job.
Scott Hartley.
Well, that was dreadful.
And occasionally, Keith Gray.
So many social engagements, so little time.
And now, your host.
All right, well, Santa Claus did not bring me enough time to be able to fix our video opening. So the host is me. I'm John Taman. How are y'all doing? Welcome to the day after Christmas. We had a game on Christmas Eve. And then, I don't know, something happened in between there. We weren't able to do the show. So here we are today. Did everybody have a good Christmas? Jesse, did you have a nice Christmas?
I had a sloppy bottom Christmas.
Sloppy bottom Christmas.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude, that really, I don't think that was what Scott said. Scott, you didn't say sloppy
soggy bottom or sloppy
Sloppy
bottom?
bollocks.
I think that, you know how you say, Scott, sometimes alcohol makes you tell the truth. Sometimes, I don't know, being around on the opening of a podcast without something to say makes you tell the truth. A sloppy bottom, says Jesse. You know what that tells me? We won't be hearing him fart today on the show.
What the fuck?
Well, I don't know. He's got some kind of feedback going on there. Anyway.
He's got something going on there.
My friend Father Christmas from Barrow and Furnace, UK, Scott Hartley. How are you,
I'm
sir?
as big as Father Christmas, but just don't have the same beard. So yeah,
Well,
it's
you know, it's funny. Now, Jesse, we were talking the other day when Scott wasn't here. We were talking behind your back about what it must be like for Scott over there in Barrow and Furnace, UK, and Christmas in the traditional sense of jolly old England. And his wife was kind enough to send me this picture of Scott trying to give her his present.
Jesus.
So it looks like
Is that Keith's body?
Here.
It looks like Keith's body. Like,
does it look like Keith's body? No way. Keith would come in here in a heartbeat and tell you you're out of your mind, and he'll come in here without a shirt. So you better be careful. He does say his name twice, one more time, and you know what happens. He'll be.
It's not classed as nudity, that, John, either, because the nipples are covered. So we're quite.
That's
quite
right.
Pun. I see what you did there.
That's right. And I didn't feel like, because I didn't know if Yam was going to be on. I didn't feel like doing any kind of pixelation.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So kind of kept it there. Thank you to Mrs. Hartley for sending me that photograph. I hope you enjoyed your present. All right, so we got a football game. NC 17 podcast says Scott. Hey man, I don't know. Jesse already told on himself as soon as we started off the show, Mr. Sloppy Bottom. All right. I'm all conflustered, so we'll just start with what everybody's always thinking, and that would be this: Sam is benched again. EB doesn't know what to do until the second half, and fuck. Right.
Good morning, Yam.
Morning, Jaden Daniels. I agree with that. Look, here's the thing about the game on Sunday for me. And Jesse, you're gonna freaking slug me. I'm kind of okay with the pick that we're gonna get, and I know we're gonna lose out. If we miraculously beat the 49ers or the Cowboys, I will be very happy and laughing quite loudly about that. But
I was so close to being so happy with fucking all the fucking. I mean, Twitter was melting down. I mean, melting down when we were driving down the fucking field. It was hilarious
because we were winning. What the hell are they doing? I swear to God, man. Well, I'll tell you what. So that drags us right. I mean, right off the bat, we go right into our owner.
Meditations with Magic Johnson.
It is the holidays, and it is at this time of year that I like to say happy holidays, because it is the holidays, and you are supposed to be happy. But I am not happy. On Christmas Eve, I watched my Commanders lose to the Jets, and that is not good. But now people tell me it is good to lose so we can get a quarterback. I do not want a quarterback. I want all of my money back. I don't think this team even knows how to play football. This is some shit that I have gotten myself into.
I want all of my money back.
Or 1% magic. Yeah, no problem. You can have that back.
So for me, honestly, was about the best possible outcome. We played well. We came back. We had a lead. That was fun. We almost won, and we are still at number 3. We moved up a slot. So I'm kind of excited now about this pick because I'm pretty damn sure we're going to lose out. All right. So see, both of you are angry. You don't even know what to say to me now. Go ahead.
No, I do know what. Go on, Jesse. You go, mate. Sorry.
No, I just it's going to be a quarterback. I mean, it's got to be a quarterback, right?
You would think.
I mean,
it depends on what happens ahead of them and who they like, I guess.
I mean, I guess. Go ahead, Scott.
I'm just so disappointed with it now. I mean, I really, really, really wanted it to work, but I watched the game back as well. I know you do it, Jesse. I had the time to sit and have a look at it because it's holiday. So I thought, do you know what? Watch the whole game back. And he is seeing ghosts, man. There are things that he's doing where I just look and think, you're not planting your feet. You're holding the ball too long again. You're staring down receivers. I don't know what's happened to him, whether it's but this is definitely not the Sam Howell. Yeah, it's not Sam Howell we had 4 weeks ago. Oh. It's not the same guy. And honestly, that first quarter was quite honestly the worst quarter of football we have had this season, and I'm including the Bears game in that. We were awful.
We've had some pretty bad quarters.
We were god awful. To be 17-0 down to the Jets.
Well, look,
everything was our own doing. Everything was our own doing. It was awful. And it was literally, I thought to myself, is this even a professional team here? Because I honestly don't know what they do. I mean, the team is not getting any better. And I mean, thanks, Ron, but what are you hanging your hat on now? Because if I remember rightly, a few weeks ago, he said, send me my Super Bowl ring. At least I can hang my hat on Sam Howell. You're the guy who's benched him twice.
Well, I don't blame him for benching him twice. He is broken. And, you know, the thing is that a season like this takes its toll. All right. Why isn't he why is he different from what he was? Because, man, you're right. He is seeing ghosts. He's got that look in his eye. Did y'all see the play? Jamal put it up today. John Kine brought it up today. It's just a quick little hitter to Logan Thomas that Thomas slips. And then he bails to the outside and he tries to throw it to the outside. It's an incomplete pass. The thing is, he's got a wide open gap there that he's standing in. The offensive line they gave him an unbelievable, they had a wall on the left and a wall on the right. He looks at Thomas, and as soon as Thomas, he looks right at him, but then he bailed out and ran right into the fucking defensive end, who's double teamed, and then had to make that piss poor throw. The whole thing right now is eluding him. And I try to say about coaching all the time, but we're never prepared. We're never prepared. You hear Ron say the word forcing it. We're forcing it. Dude, Curtis Samuel drops that pass on the first play of the fucking game. Are we ready to play football? We come out on the second play of the game, and I know Logan Thomas should catch that pass, but that's a hard catch, man. He's fucking flinging that ball from 8 yards away right to his back shoulder pad. Bam.
Oh, Yam,
they're tight. Go ahead.
No, I was Yam put a comment in chat. He says, I think Sam's done. Call it what you will, but I put very little blame on him directly. And I agree with you 100%, Yam.
There's a third.
Look, we know coming in, and even if we draft a brand new shiny quarterback next year, there's going to be growing pains. But the thing about it is the staff did not do anything to help him grow. It's sad, really, because Sam does have talent. We've seen that. We've seen this on the field in play against good teams, against the Philadelphia Eagles. Are they as good as, they were last year? No, but they're still a good team. But the fact of the matter is they didn't protect him. They didn't, game plan around the deficiencies of the team and help the young guy grow. And now, we're going to be starting pretty much from scratch all over again. Yep. All over again.
I think we're all looking forward to that, though. So, Scott, you were just saying a minute ago about how 4 weeks ago he was a different quarterback. And I'd say 6 weeks ago, yeah, you're right. He's much different.
Okay.
So, given that yesterday was the most dismal first quarter you've seen this year, I mean, how is it that they come out against a team that they should be able – here was that word again, should, right? This is a terrible offense with Trevor Seaman at the fucking helm, and we can't get anything going to try to do anything with them. They beat the living shit out of us because we come out so tight. Why is this happening to him? Why is Sam – give me why.
I can't give you an answer why. It's like it's its own team. We're wanting to see the young guys play. Yeah, they didn't give up. That's one thing I can say. They didn't give up because we did come back a bit towards the end of the game, and I'm great with that. I'm great with that we didn't give up as such. But we didn't get a single sack yesterday. We had 2 tackles for loss for the entire game. 2. One was David
against the worst offensive line than the one that we have.
The one that you said, and I quote, "Wait till you see these guys." You think our line's bad? Wait till you see the Jets.
We rarely pressured Simeon. We rarely pressured
none.
They were running the ball pretty well too, at least in the first half. Second half, we did clamp down. They only scored what? What did they have in the first half? 27? No, not 27. They had 20.
17 by the end of quarter one. But looking at this, it's one of them, John, where I think now the whole entire team knows that this is getting blown up. They knew it probably going into the season, but they didn't play like that going into the season. But especially these last 4 weeks, it's been clearly evident since Jack got his firing that it was going to hell in a handbasket, because there's nothing we can do to make this any better, because honestly, it's a shit football team. This is the worst roster we have had in a long, long time. Every single player on there is not elite. Show me and tell me where we have an elite player, where we have talent to build around. Because I'm struggling to find anybody. Maybe 2, possibly, and you've got to keep your draft class from last season. So you've got to say they're going to stay. But the rest of it is like, honestly, it is a complete and utter total rebuild. So don't be expecting us to sit here in a year's time and say, wow, look at how good we are. Because this is going to take another 2 to 3 years to build this back round again. Unfortunately, we know we've got a huge high cap space. We know we can probably sign 2 major signings and make holes that will be fill holes with that 90 million that we've got. But that's got to go around, as Jesse said, by a lot of players. 26 are just off straight away, and that's not including players who you could cut off the roster currently. Benjamin St. Juste is only due 280 grand. Charles Leno, you can save 7.5 million against the cap. So there's 2 straight away. You could probably say, yeah, they're gone. And and no one in this team or in this ownership group or in this new regime that's going to come in has any loyalty to anybody on this team, which is why for me this is going to take 2 years to rebuild. I hate the word rebuild because I want to win. Because I'm
we ever do.
But there's nothing.
That's all you ever do until you do win. That's all anybody does.
It's perpetual motion until you get to 7 wins, and that's all we've been able to do under Ron.
I'll say this, because you just brought Leno's name up. If we draft a quarterback in the first round, Leno's staying on this team, and he's going to be either left or right tackle. That's you have to. You have to. You're not the left tackle is available in free agency. There's never quality.
No,
and ones that aren't quality, and
they're old.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to get a left tackle more experienced or better than Leno in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. I doubt that very seriously.
Very seriously too. Yeah, we could sign Jason Peters. He'll be only 43, something like that.
I mean, you could go down the free agency route, but it's a gamble.
Yeah,
it's a gamble, and it's a cast off again.
That's the thing about left tackles. Quality left tackles do not come available. We got lucky with Leno. I don't know why the Bears did what they did and let him go. And we got lucky by picking him up, and we got some service out of him that was quality. But he's not the kind of left tackle that you need as a cornerstone player, which is typically what your left tackle is. And I see a lot of these people that are over there talking on social media about, okay, well, which left tackles, won MVPs or which ones, and they don't. Okay, they're enablers. They enable other guys to do that kind of shit. And when you look down the list of all these great players, there's quality players underneath them that boost them up. And whether or not we go quarterback, which I'm pretty doggone sure we are, it just really all depends on.
I think it's certain now.
There's a tweet that has been going around. Actually, 2 different people said it. Adam Aniba and what's Logan Paulson's co-host?
It'll be Craig Hoffman.
Craig Hoffman. He said something today that I found very interesting. And I agree with 100%. It's not about the quarterback per se. It's about what you value at this, at the 3rd pick or whatever. Or do you want the 3rd best pick and 3rd best quarterback in the draft? Because most likely Williams and May are going to go 1-2, or do you want to go safe and go get that quality potential all-pro left tackle that's going to be around? Because no matter what you do, no matter what quarterback you get, even the top 3 quarterbacks, they're going to be crapshoots. Go ahead.
Speaking of
I'm looking at this and go on, John.
Let me throw this little at you real quick. What if you take the Bears' second-round pick and trade it back to him for Justin Fields?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, right?
Look, I'd give a third-round pick for Justin Fields. Not a
right? No, I'm
just saying. Fields or
Murray
words
right out of my mouth.
Available. They're not old guys. I like what I see out of Fields and Murray, even though he's a little putz. We've liked what we've seen out of him, but if we
that's definitely an option. And another option is Penix or Nix in the second round.
Yeah.
Penix,
but you will roll the dice a little bit with the knees, but at least you're not giving up that doing a first round pick for Jaden Daniels, which I'm sorry, I want no part.
We could sign that other quarterback. If not Penix, we could sign Vagina or something like that.
I mean,
there's a reason why you don't want a guy named Penix, and it's because all the Cowboys fans will have easy jokes. Even those pinheads can think of easy jokes to go with Penix.
Do you really think though that the Bears are going to go that route? And they're going to go and take a Caleb Williams or a Drake May?
I'll tell you what. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Fields is making it hard for him to do that.
Yeah, he is. He is.
They could serve well to go with Marvin Harrison Jr. to pair with
DJ Moore. Yeah,
DJ Moore. Yeah,
or even to go with one of those tackles.
Because Fields has played well the second half of the season. Ever since he came back from injury, he's been playing a lot better.
Their running game is pretty good.
So who knows what's there's a lot of what ifs going on in this draft, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's we're at third and we are going to pick third, and we know that there's potential for them top two QBs to be gone by that stage, I think you've got to try and look to trade back, not even a little bit, even if it's to fourth, or and you're still in that top four scenario.
But if you really want that quarterback, you might have to trade up. Because you're going to be vying with other teams. Other teams are going to be calling the Bears.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to be calling the Cardinals. Be like, hey, do y'all really want to? Hey, y'all should roll with Fields and Murray for one more year. We'll give you 3 first-round picks. That's what I don't want to do is give up that much.
Right. Well, see, this is where I am. Is there anybody in this quarterback class that's actually worth that kind of a fucking thing?
Drake May and Williams are the only 2 quarterbacks that I would go in the first round for.
Only just because they're the only 2 this year. I mean, are they even? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what their standard. Is there anybody that's worth? John,
what's that?
I don't know what the standard of who they've played against. I mean, Caleb Williams is in the Pac. He's in the Pac-12.
He's in the Pac-12.
Pac-12, but he's supposed to be special. I don't like his off the field demeanor. I think he's young. I think he's very
Washington
very
fan,
immature. But there's no doubt that he has talent. He has plenty. He makes some fucking throws that you're like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck?
He doesn't make them in any clutch situations against big football teams. He hasn't got to go into a bowl game or anything like that. And honestly,
another thing too is he has nobody around him.
I get
whatsoever. He doesn't have a team. His team's shit.
Okay.
So you got to kind of look at it that way.
This is where I'm thinking.
I'd feel more safer with May than anybody else. Be honest.
For me, I'm still on the Joe Alt bandwagon because honestly, I just don't like any of these quarterbacks enough to say this is the guy that's going to be the guy for the next 10 years. I just don't.
I mean, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. But listen,
I was talking with one of these nonstop today. Right, the guys that nonstop with the fucking Sam Howell sucks, and let me tell you what you got to draft this guy and this guy only. One of those nonstops, dude, 24/7. And I forgot my fucking point, but we drafted Dwayne Haskins at number 15. Right, the Bengals they drafted a left tackle at number 11 that year. All right, Dwayne Haskins was sitting there. He was a one flash wonder, just like what we see down in LSU right now. And then the next year they got Burrow. All right, they took the left tackle and they went so bad that they got the number 1 overall pick and they took Burrow. All right, so what are we looking at?
Hurt, I think his rookie year too. So it's not.
Doesn't matter though, does it? What John? I think what you're saying there is exactly right. That players and teams tend to go, we'll put the building blocks around you, and then we'll find that quarterback, which is what I wanted to do, and I hope that Sam was the guy to do that. Well, who is coming up next year?
What about playing Jacoby for another year?
Yeah, I don't mind that. Honestly, I think he now is trying to. He's becoming a priority signing.
Patient enough for that.
Sam Howell's third string.
Yeah, but let's say Sam Howell is totally fucking done. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally fucking
Making
done.
third string.
You got Williams and Mays off the board. What do you do?
Yep.
What are you going to do at the quarterback position? Because Sam Howell's not it. You're going to play Brissett?
Well, you know.
I mean, I would. I don't think there's nothing else out there that probably would help. But or do you want to, win 8 or 9 games and have a mid pick next year? We're going to be in the same spot as we have been year in and year out.
Or you have 2 Carolina Tar Heels, one replacing the other.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like how often are we in this position to pick this high?
Not very often at all. Honestly, last time I can remember being up this high would be with Robert Griffin III. We traded a bunch to get up there. Excuse me.
Chase Young.
AJ thinks right here.
Chase Young.
I agree. 2. I agree with AJ. I was going to say he's got a great comment there.
Front office. Who cares what the fucking fans think? I agree with you 100%.
Fans are stupid. We are stupid. All right, and I'm pointing directly at all of us. We are stupid.
We have a saying, and we appreciate you being on the podcast. If this is your first time, we say this a lot. Fans are stupid, and that's including us.
Fans are stupid. Look, we don't know
because we all have daft takes, won't we? We all have stupid takes. We all want different things. We all want to see what's best for this team, but we're not GMs. We're couch GMs at best.
Right, we're not sitting in there. Like I said, this guy's been talking to me about the Bengals all damn day from yesterday on. He's telling me what their plans were in 2018, 2019. I'm like, how the hell do you know what the fuck I were? You're just trying to make your point. Which
I know.
His point is, I want Jaden Williams or Jaden Daniels or whatever the fuck his name is. Whatever.
I don't want Jaden.
I don't want him either.
Nothing to do with it. Nothing.
I don't want him either.
Only because if Jaden Daniels was this talented and he was this kind of guy that you go in, you know what? He is absolutely the best thing we've ever seen since sliced bread. He's a generational talent. All this nonsense they come out with. Why was no one talking about him a month ago? And then he wins the Heisman Trophy, and everyone's going mad.
Yeah, flash the pan. Look, I'll tell you what, Scott. You keep saying this phrase, the best thing since sliced bread. And I got to tell you, man, you guys really should check out what's been happening in the world for the last 400 years.
Oh, I know.
There's a lot more better shit than that right now.
I want to talk about a comment that Yam made in the chat. He says, if you notice when Jacoby was in the game, they managed to run more. Part of that is the quality of Jacoby, but no denying that the play calling was altered in the game a little bit. And I saw some back and forth about this on social media as the game went on and when it was over with. And I tend to agree a little bit, man. We did start running the ball very effectively in the second half of the game.
We did.
So where is this when Sam's in the game?
Well, where
has this been when Sam has been in the game?
They don't run it. And I mean, look at the first 2 pass plays. First 2 plays, pass, interception, right? Come back out right after they score, pass. All right. They don't run the ball well in the first half. We run the ball well in the second half because that's when we start to run the ball. And by then, here. I wrote a Christmas song, if it's all right with y'all. Can I sing a couple of stanzas of my Christmas song?
All right, John.
All right. Let me. This is to the tune of Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, I think it is.
Nice.
All right. So do. Oh, this is, by the way, from the perspective of the fans and Ron. 1, 2, 3. Bum. Fucking around with this football game on a Sunday afternoon. Ron doesn't care if we win or we lose. He just hopes it's over soon. Passing it left and we're passing it right. EB is passing it all over the joint. He won't run the ball till the second half, and we're down by 30 points. So that's why.
It's true.
It ain't a swell time.
Sign that fucking record deal soon.
To watch them lose this way. But I don't mind, and it'll be fine when all of them are fired on January 8th.
Right. Also, Yam also said, and I heard this too, and the Jets cornerback admitted that when Jacoby was in, they changed it. They played all in like
they started to run the ball.
There's questions that need to be asked by this fucking media. You know, that they totally missed the point on some of these things. So yeah, I truly like it. And I'm sorry, I love Doc Walker, but what he said on the radio is fucking bullshit. About fucking him really wanting EB back and in control of this team. Fuck no. Get the fuck out of here. Done with that motherfucker.
When the polar bear gets up on the bureau, that's when you know things in trouble. Man, he's been hitting the head too many times. All there is to it there.
He's right. I want him gone, EB. Yeah. The experiment hasn't worked.
It's terrible.
I think the play calling probably changes because I said it last week. When Brissett comes in, that extra 3 inches of height is very tall. Because whether Sam is only 6 foot and we're 6'1" and
help him when he's handing the ball off, though, man.
Well, but for one, EB does that. He runs the ball in the second half. We always have. We've said this since fucking week goddamn 1. Why don't we do this earlier in the game? This is how he does it. We also had a back on Sunday that was a spark plug, man. I'll tell you what, C. Rodriguez got off on Sunday.
He also got hurt.
He got hurt. I don't know how serious is his injury?
He was in a walking boot. No.
He got hurt, and Quan Martin got hurt, which I thought he also had a pretty good game. But I don't want to get to the defense yet.
I'll go on back to what we talked about before. It's about maturation. Of the quarterback. Right. It's about, is Sam the guy? Is he not the guy? If you're asking him, it looked almost like we regress back to the first 4 weeks of the season where EB was asking Sam to go 5 drops, 7 drops, 7 drops, 7 drops all the time. Now, it isn't just EB's fault either, because if you look at the play, you brought it up, John, as well. He had a really nice pocket at times. He would not stay in the pocket. And he dived out the second he thought, this isn't on off my first read, I'm gone. I'm bailing out to the side. And that is a bad thing to see when you're thinking, do you know what? Why are you constantly bailing out here? Your feet aren't set. That's not EB's fault either. But
see, this is where I think
the play calling has not helped. It has not helped in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Now we have to go back to Ron's roster building. Ron saying we're close, we're there, we're maturing. And you said it many a time, John. How many players are we going to draft that are going to be 4, 5, 6 years before they even start, before they even look like they're playing? Because this team is awful. You're telling me that Wiley and friggin' Nick Gates were your standout signings of the season?
No.
Wow.
Nick Gates again yesterday was fucking bad. But at the same time, what I was trying to say about why the play calling, I think, is I don't know that it's different. It's just that Jacoby knows how to work a pocket. When I said about he's 6'4" and Sam is 6'0", 6'1", that 3 or 4 inches is a lot different because Sam goes down, his legs get wide, he drops another 3 inches. Where Brissett, you see him, he stands up there, man. When he delivers a pass down the field, you'd think that the pocket's cleaner, but you look at that play that Jamal put up there today that we were talking about a little while ago about the little slip that Logan Thomas had, and he bails out the back. He has a beautiful pocket. He's got 2 guys on the end over here and 2 guys over on the guard in the center are taking the rest of the line out of the play. He's got a beautiful pocket, and he doesn't know what to do with it. His awareness has gone right downhill. So when play calling changes, I don't know that it changes Jessy. So much. It changes in that we run the ball in the second half, and we've done that all year. And it also changes in that I think it just looks better because he plays it better. Brissett plays it better from the pocket. He knows what he's doing. And go ahead.
Two things. Indictment on EB. One is we did, as you've said before, both of you, we didn't even look to do the run game in preseason. Nothing.
No,
didn't practice it. Didn't practice it. Didn't do anything.
Look at us try to get a yard. I'll tell you what, did you see on the broadcast, they did show the sidelines for a minute, and they were talking about, God damn it, I hate Spiro Adidas. We'll get him in a second. Nice shot of EB there at the end. Look.
I don't know. I really, really hope that Sam was going to be the guy that all our prayers were going to be answered. And after a few games, I thought, yeah, we can cope with this. He doesn't have to have an amazing season. Just has to be bang average, midway.
Right. We progression. But we saw the progression, and then that fucking just downhill.
Just dropped, gone.
These kind, well, because Scott, you kept saying, it was like a running tally of how many sacks he's on pace for. Well, these kinds of seasons, man, they take a toll on a guy. And even as tough as you are, you can see now. You said so yourself. He's got that faraway look in his eye. He doesn't quite, and he doesn't see what's going on around him.
Did plateau, and it went down, a lot. After those first 5-6 games, he got better with that. But as the season went on, I mean, in that stretch of 4 games where he did really, really good. I mean, 1, 2, 3 times a game, and that's normal for teams getting sacked 3 times a game. Well, I think as the better defense we play, they just started teeing off on him more and more and more, and he'd wait and hold the ball and then wind up getting hit, and he's just taking too many hits. And you're right. I don't. He's broken right now, and I don't know if it's fixable.
A lot of times when you see these quarterbacks that take these seasons like this, they don't come back well from it. Yeah. But at the same time, he didn't get help from his offensive line, for one, and he didn't get help from his offensive coordinator to call plays that would try to protect him from that stuff and utilize what he does best. All right, so I tell you what, we're at the half-hour mark. Scott's been whipping my ass about the freaking we got to stop at a 1 hour. Goddamn, we got to stop at a 1 hour. I don't know what he's got a gate or something like that over there. So we're going to try to do that. But before that, we're just to shift us over into that for the people who joined us late. Our owner checked in on Sunday.
Meditations with Magic Johnson.
It is the holidays, and it is at this time of year that I like to say happy holidays, because it is the holidays, and you are supposed to be happy. But I am not happy. On Christmas Eve, I watched my Commanders lose to the Jets. And that is not good. But now people tell me it is good to lose so we can get a quarterback. I do not want a quarterback. I want all of my money back. I don't think this team even knows how to play football. This is some shit that I have gotten myself into.
All right.
So that line. I don't want a quarterback. I want my money back. That's amazing. I'll give you that. That is brilliant.
That's a fucking 6th grade joke. Quarterback. All right. So I guess what we can do is we can start off real quick with some butt pats and head smacks. So let me see if I got my sound effects proper here, all that kind of shit. So there we go.
Butt pat, attaboy, head smack. Get
out of here. I know it's such a small thing, but it makes all the difference in the world, don't you think? I think so. All right, so we'll start with you, Jesse, on offense. Who gets your first butt pat of the day?
Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he came in and did what he had to do.
Did what he had to do. Go ahead, Scotty. You get your first butt pat of the day on offense.
I'll take the low hanging fruit. It's Chris Rodriguez. 10 for 58, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, he had a really good game. He had a really good game.
He had a really good game. He hit the hole hard. He hit it with some vision. I really like that. The hurdle was nice. That's the kind of stuff that can energize somebody, even though I think that everybody gets all excited about the hurdle. But you know what? When they don't let defenses hit you above the waist anymore, the hurdle becomes quite an easy option, man. And you see him a lot more often these days. But I liked it. I hope he's not hurt seriously. And even if he is and they put him on ice, we got ourselves a running back, 2 running backs for next year. So that's pretty good. I will go ahead and give a butt pat on offense. You know what? I didn't think that Charles Leno had a bad day.
No, Leno didn't play.
That's why he didn't have a bad day. There's really not a whole lot of people that I can really think of. Terry in the second half came on pretty strong.
Yeah, he was okay. Yeah, 3 for 50. Terry's stats.
Second half all the way through.
You got another one?
Go ahead.
Cosby, he did admirable. I know there's one play I think he got blown up on, but he had a tall task in front of him. So no quarterback got hauled off on the stretcher. So got to give him
one just got hauled off, put in timeout.
I'm gonna go AG Antonio Gibson, 9 for 30, 1 touchdown.
That's up for him.
He had a solid game.
Yeah, good.
First touchdown of the year, right?
And look, I know there's this argument, and fucking Mark Tyler starting shit again about Lucas being better than Leno. And I hate to tell you, Lucas was not good yesterday. And there's a reason why Wiley and Leno are starting ahead of him. I mean, maybe not Wiley, but Lucas is not a long-term answer, and I would not want Lucas at left tackle for more than a game or 2. So yeah, just putting that out there.
I'll give an honorable mention. Dotson had a nice catch. Dotson had a really nice.
He did have a nice catch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Are you actually going to give? Are you going to get? What about Logan Thomas, 5 for 36 and a touchdown?
Well, he calls that. He calls it pad, didn't he? Did he drop that first interception?
He did.
No,
yeah.
so
maybe hat tip then. I suppose.
It offsets it. I said earlier in the game that's a tough catch to make, but you're a pro. You got to make that.
Yeah,
Sam did throw that as hard as he could right at his.
And I don't fault for Sam for any of the 2 interceptions. To be honest with you, I mean Logan should have caught that, and unfortunately Samuel slipped on that. While the ball was coming out of Sam's hand. So
a lot of guys slipping on Sunday.
MetLife, man. MetLife Stadium fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what they made their field out of. It's made of silk. That's great. All right, so let's go to some head smacks on offense. Go ahead, Jessy. Give me your first head smack for the offensive side of the football.
I hate to pile on Sam like this, but Sam Howell. I hate doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. He was bad. When you hear, like I said, forcing it. That second play of the game was a perfect example of forcing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and Scotty, you're up first. Go ahead.
No, you go, mate. Honestly, you go. I'll wait for you.
Eric Bieniemy. I mean, in the second half, your play calling, I don't think really changed all that much. I just think that your guy that was running it changed, and that made all the difference in the world. The fact that he always runs the ball in the second half is nothing new.
It needs to be. He needs to get the running game consistent, man, and that just takes the pressure off of your quarterback. How to help young quarterbacks the best is have a good run game.
Good run game, right? Short passing game. But you see again yesterday. Nobody has to respect anything deep because they're not going to be able to get the ball back there long enough. Sam will hold the ball too long, or he'll miss the read. He's doing this zeroing in on one read again. So they don't have to cover deep. They just sit in these relatively intermediate umbrellas and just tackle as soon as we get the ball or knock it down.
From the beginning.
When I say EB, coaching, other than calling plays, is getting your team ready to play. Yeah. And I see Curtis Samuel dropping the ball on the first play of the game. I see Sam Howell coming out as tight as a virgin's asshole. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, honestly, it's
not as tight as Jesse's. Apparently, he is a sloppy bottom.
If you look at sloppy bollocks, and if you look at the tight end room, what the fuck? Where are they?
Well, you saw John Bates with his fucking 2 pairs of hams that he's got out there for hands.
Yeah,
the dude can't get
there's many drop balls.
Send out a search party for Cole Turner. My God, that guy's been inactive more times than I've been to the game.
He's not ready. They only drafted him 2 years ago. He's nowhere near ready to play.
Yeah. I just don't think he digested the playbook, I guess, it seems, because he's got talent. Anyways, I think from the beginning, and another problem that did Sam no favors, they were all about winning games and not about developing the quarterback. I think they concentrated too much in the early in the season, and this season should have been, Ron and EB both, should have had multiple sit downs with Josh Harrison and just tell him, like, look, we're not going to worry about winning games. We're worrying about developing this quarterback and doing it the right way. And they failed. They fucking failed him. And I bet if this ownership would have saw progress in this team, all the way going up to the end, not just a little spurt in the middle, of good quarterback play, but continuous progress, they would have got another year. I think they would have got another year. At least EB would have.
I agree.
He might get one anyway. You never know. Like I said, my theory of Roger Goodell saying ahead of time, look, this is going to be it's still out there on the table because, I think that they do that kind of shit.
I seriously think
I'd hope not. Because, I'm the thing about the offense with EB is it doesn't seem to have any real rhyme or reason. Nothing sets up anything. When you said, like you said, about a running game, first fucking play of the game, they're going to try to throw it out there to Samuel with this another quick little hit or shit. And everybody's crowding up on the line. It's not going to work anyway. They don't
and everybody thought, and to an extent, sure, it was. And I think it's predictable for a number of reasons about Scott Turner's offense. But this offense is, it's going to be a couple of plays, man. It's very predictable. I mean, when they line up, a lot of times we know what's coming. And if we know what's coming, that we don't sit down and watch hours and hours of film like these other NFL coaches and players do. Damn well the other team knows what's coming. It's
of course they do.
It's kind of pathetic from this offensive guru that's coming from Kansas City.
Well, we're passing it left, then we're passing it right. He's going to pass it all over the joint.
Yeah, I just don't see how anybody, including Doc Water, thinks he should be a head coach. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe he's a leader, maybe that, but he shouldn't be calling fucking plays.
I don't see that either. I see a lot of people right now calling these players soft. Well, you know what? Maybe here's the bottom line about what you think is soft. All right, it's not 1967 anymore. Okay, it's not the same as it used to be anymore. And if you see that, our players are soft, but you don't see anybody else in the league that does that kind of shit, that carries that fucking hard-ass attitude out onto the field. You don't see anybody else in the league with this kind of reputation. 14 teams have said, no thanks, we don't want you for our head coach. You see our players are not responding to it.
No.
But you're going to sit there and go calling them soft. You know what's soft? Your fucking head is soft. You can't put 2 and 2 together and realize that what you think should be actual real coaching isn't working.
Yeah.
This ain't some fucking TV show where, coach has a goddamn gray sweatshirt on and a pair of shorts hiked up past his balls and his fucking whistle in his mouth. Blonsky, get over here. You ain't getting no water today. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
and good coaches, when they realize something isn't working, they change it.
They work on it. Coaches, it's not the way that used to be, like you said, or like I just said. Coaches now are as much a part of the team as the team itself. The players go out and play, but it's not that way anymore. They don't go out there and the fucking quarterback calls the plays like they used to, and it hasn't been that way for a long time. Now the coaches are as much of a team that helps the team as anything else. All right, all that teaching and all that's for the off season, and that's for fucking Tuesday and Wednesday, right? Wednesday and Thursday, Fridays for walkthrough. But it's a whole fucking thing that makes the thing go. It's a machine that makes the thing go. And they just have failed on every aspect of this fucking coaching staff from top to bottom to be able to do anything like that.
Let me ask y'all this.
Go ahead.
Who should start these next 2 games?
Well, let's do some true or false here. I got a couple of questions for there. So we'll start with you, Jesse. True or false? Sam Howell will start versus the 49ers.
I'm going to say false, which I think should be true, but I think it's going to be false. Actually, no, I think it's going to be false, and it should be false. You got to set up this next regime and find out what they really have. Give players like McLaurin and Dodson and Samuel a chance. Try to put some film out there with a competent quarterback and really see how this offense goes.
All right. Let's see. Scotty, Christian McCaffrey, over or under 3 touchdowns?
Over or under 3? I'll go with 3, the exact.
I'll run 2.5.
If you went 2.5, that's an interesting one. I think 3. I think he gets.
I pulled the number out of my ass.
So you either get, by saying over and under 3, he either gets 2 or 4 touchdowns.
Or he gets 4. Yeah,
right. That's why
he ain't getting 4. He ain't getting 4. So I think he gets 3.
I think he gets 2.
3.
All right. I don't know. I think he gets none. We're gonna kick his ass. How about that? Make him fumble 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be pissed off after that fucking poor offensive.
Can we go back to heads on defense and can we do special teams this week, please? As well?
I will. One more true or false. I'll give it to you, Scott, since you're so fucking impatient. True or false? Right. Trent Williams gives up a sack.
Oh, that's a false.
All right.
We can't. Look, if we can only get 2 tackles for loss against the Jets. Fucking no chance. What are you doing? These statues. Might as well. You'd be better off putting 4 cones out in front, 5 cones out in front, and just saying, "Get on with it." Fucking 4 bags of sand. You know what I mean? It's just not doing anything.
And that's Scotty. You want to give some head smacks to the defense?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't even given our butt pats to the defense. So go ahead and let's start with butt pats. Scotty, go ahead.
What butt pats have you got?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll give one to Quan Martin. I thought he played well. I thought he's starting to it wasn't like playing well like he got an interception.
I got
one. But he played.
Barton didn't have a bad game either.
Barton was up and down, but Barton had some okay.
The rest of the defense,
Kaliki Hudson was flying around. I'll give him that. Damn.
Fresh one. I mean, Cody Barton, you're right, Jesse. He's probably my only butt pat. I mean, 52-yard return on an interception. Yeah, you got to give him a bit of a butt pat.
Yeah, that was a good play. Kaliki Hudson was flying around. He was at least fired up and ready to play, it seemed like. Sometimes he got out of position.
Maybe did you give one for Two-Hill for a fumble recovery?
No, because I'll tell you what, Mr. fucking Two-Hill, we're down fucking 17-0. That motherfucker's running down the goddamn. Hey, let's everybody celebrate my fumble. We're getting our ass kicked by the goddamn New York Jets.
I don't think anybody should do any celebrating when they're down more than 2 scores ever.
I hate it.
You know, I was one thing if you jump up and say, "Hey, I got the ball. Look, we're down 17-0. Let's go, boys."
Yeah,
to run down there and do your stupid little fucking. We've been
that, or you break up a pass and do the lockdown when you're down 47 points or some shit.
Right. And this guy's already got 150 yards, 2 touchdowns on
the Jets.
You know, the thing about it is Two-Hill ran down to do that thing because they've been waiting to do it all fucking year. They just haven't had a chance to do anything. All right, so Jesse, you have any butt pats on defense at all?
Mm-mm.
No? Nope. All right, well then let's go to the head smacks.
I mean, Cody Barton got a hat tip, but
that's what I mean. Cody Barton, I would give him an actual butt pat. I mean, fair play.
That was a turning point. If we'd have held on and won, that changed everything. But all right, so we'll go on to butt or head smacks on defense. Go ahead, Jesse.
Get out of here.
I mean, secondary.
The whole D.
Secondary.
Yeah, the whole
everybody.
D. I'm going to do a Keith and just go the whole D.
Dude, why is it
trash?
Benjamin St. Just sucks. All right. For whatever fucking reason. This guy can't stop anything. He gets victimized, and quarterbacks know it. They go at him like crazy. We drafted Emmanuel Forbes in the first round. We laid him out there to fucking die against some of the best wide receivers in the goddamn league. So they bench him. They put him in 6 plays last week after he comes back from being hurt, and he can't even get on the field until Benjamin St. Just gets his little fucking melon hurt and has to sit there on the ground. Oh, my God, I got a headache. And that's when they let him play. Ron was like, oh, dude, we drafted this guy in the first round. He'll be ready in 2036, I guess.
And I thought he did well against Garrett Wilson.
He was okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I went Forbes with a quality. I think it would have been a much different story if we had what's his name back coach in the secondary.
Yeah,
I wonder what if Ron fires, because I noticed they were aggressive on there was a few blitzes, there were a few all-out blitzes that they had. They played well in that regard that they tried. If Ron fires Jack Del Rio last summer and calls the defense himself this year, you think it's any different?
Not at all. None, zero.
Not at all.
There's been zero. Look at the statistics since Jack left. We haven't even got a sack. Not one.
No, I know.
Not one sack. Oh, in fact, I'm lying to you.
Jerome Payne had 2 defensive ends too. So
Jerome Payne had 2 sacks. I apologize. So no, but I mean, look at it yesterday. 2 tackles for loss. James Smith-Williams and 1 for David Mayer. That's it.
Yep.
No sacks, nothing. We're playing a guy who's the 3rd string quarterback who gets 273 yards against us. 30 points to the Jets, who've never scored a touchdown all season in the first quarter. And we're losing.
This was the second time they did earlier on.
Have you noticed during the course of this season?
We are shite.
How many times have you noticed that the fucking announcer for where the football game is for whatever player or whatever team we're playing against? This is the first time since the week 6 of 2016.
Cannon Curl's dick last night or the other day.
Every goddamn person has their fucking career day against us this year.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I said Spiro Diaz.
Because we are always the get right game, John.
We're the get right
everybody.
Crew. We're the get right crew. Spiro Diaz. This is what I hate the fucking announcers, and he's the worst. I can't stand him. He sounds like, and we'll probably get him again, but everything is so forced with him. He goes way up high for some exciting play, but then he'll drop right back down instantly because really he doesn't care. It's all scripted for him. It's all acted out. And he has no idea what the fuck is going on in this fucking city whatsoever. He's out there watching Sam Howell, all right, and he gets benched. And what does he say on television? You really hate to see this. They've got so much invested in this kid. You fucking idiot. What do they got invested in him? About $120,000? Jesus Christ. The fuck is he talking about? I can't stand. I tell you what. Anyway, that's enough of me bitching.
Special teams. Needs a mention.
Yeah, they do. I told you last week, and y'all looked at me like I was crazy when I said our special teams have been fucking up. And they, in order to prove my point, went right out.
Nobody looked at you like you were crazy. I think we all agreed with you.
They fucked up everything they could. Did you really? The only thing they didn't.
I thought the long. I thought the long snapper had a good game. I thought it was.
That's what I said. The only thing they didn't fuck up was the long snap. Issues. Nope. The guy who's leading our leading Pro Bowl vote getter,
terrible Terrell Burgess,
Christ, gives up a fucking gets a punt blocked. Holy shit!
What was he thinking? He was like counting. He was counting votes and wasn't fucking paying attention.
He's an absolute. That was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous move. And then to top it all off, the Crowder. Oh my God! What are you doing? Just fucking launching the ball up. I was like,
he just threw it straight up in the air on the sidelines. That was crazy.
I think he was holding it and he was moving it, just like popped up, like slid out, a fucking
Yeah. And I mean,
I still want him back next year, though.
I do too. I do too.
Because that was a good run.
It was a good run. It was 30-yard return. And and then at the end of it, whoop, whoop, whoop. But that was just indicative of the whole goddamn day. We go make them go 3 and out, or we make them punt, and Tariq, or what's his name? I can't remember.
Tyrell Burgess.
Not Burgess, the other guy that was caught offside.
Oh yeah, Tariq
Castrofield
got caught offside, and then that not touchdown. So
was it not touching or something? Intentional touching that he got done for. And he leant forward and it was like
he got nicked.
No, he just was offsides.
Was he offsides? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Notice Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. We're not crying at the ref saying you should have told him. Speaking of which, did you watch the Chiefs lose?
I did watch the Chiefs game. Oh my God, that was two horrendous offenses.
I don't want to talk about it, guys.
Patrick Mahomes at the end of the game with his eyes all puffy and I got to tell you, I want to find this audio, but there was a pregame thing about Patrick Mahomes and his foundation. All right, you know how his voice is, right? How everybody thinks his voice sounds all this. It's just kind of annoying. Fucking frog, dude. He was with these kids or whatever. He's got this foundation for the kids, and he laughed, and he laughs like
Peter Griffin,
like
Peter Griffin. He does. I was like, oh my God. I'll have to find some audio.
Get the audio. We can play that.
Paying attention.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna find you the clip. I'm gonna find you the clip that's got Taylor Swift and Patrick Mahomes' wife, and they're like cuddling each other with their arm around each other and looking really sad. Fucking brilliant. Get off my screen. I don't want to see you.
Poor fucking
all
girl.
The fucking haters out there, man.
I just want them to keep showing
interest
her, because it takes all the conservatives and twists their panties up in a bunch so fast, and I do not understand why they hate this person so much. It's like, goddamn.
I don't hate her. I just think, she just takes
eye candy. Look at her.
I know. I get it.
But
now Patrick Mahomes' wife, never mind.
Oh yeah,
Anyway, move on. We'll move on.
Well, at least we haven't had to pay attention to his brother this
year. Dear Bleeding Burgundy podcast, you have been served. You know that's coming, don't you? Oh shit.
Well, if we don't get one from Magic Johnson, I guess we'll be safe from that anyway.
Well, true.
All right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So let's see. We got the 49ers coming up next. They've been letting Chase Young play a little bit yesterday, even though they got their asses handed to him by Lamar.
Are you serious? He didn't even get. What did he get? Half a sack?
Well, yeah, but
he didn't get one.
He was in on the safety.
The ref got in the way.
Well, they're letting him on the field. That's the thing. He's on the field. I see him, which I hadn't been seeing him.
Oh, he's going to have 4 sacks against us tomorrow or next week.
100%. You know that's going to happen. Yeah.
Right. Unless it's Brissett. Then he won't know what to do. Well, if it's Sam Howell will run right at him like a mouse to the lion's mouth. He'll run right at him. He wouldn't know what to do anyway. So I tell you what, Purdy didn't look good last night. I thought that the Ravens taking the ball away from him, but we can't do that. We don't fucking intercept shit. We don't take the ball from anybody. So I don't really have much faith for this coming week, which is fine with me. I'm kind of liking pick number 3. We'll see what happens with it. Joel.
it's going to be an interesting time. I don't know if we will end up. I think we'll end up with the third pick. I can't see us winning any of these two.
Who does Arizona got?
Let's check.
I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah, here. Everybody watch us Google for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Week 17. The Cardinals got the Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles and the Seahawks. They could easily lose both of those. But
yeah, they will.
They could beat the Seahawks. Did they just beat the Seahawks a couple weeks ago?
The Seahawks are beatable. Yeah, they got the. Now, if the Cardinals win one game, I don't know if they pass because we beat them. I don't know about the
tiebreaker. Yeah.
Strength of schedule and all that as well. Yeah. That's what's got to go into it as well.
We should have lost that game week one. We should have lost. All these fucking people.
We were close. No, that would have been a shitty weekend. Shitty ending to a great weekend with my UK boys.
Yeah, it was fun.
20-10, they lost to the Seahawks, John, at Arizona.
All right, so no, they didn't even come close to beating them.
No,
so we can.
I mean,
Carolina, they almost came back and won again the other day.
I know.
Right. They scored 30 points.
Yeah, these damn underdog teams are fucking my pool up. Now, first place is 2 games ahead, and I'm tied for second still by a guy that was in 7th place just 2 weeks ago.
All right. Wow. They play the Jaguars, and they play the Buccaneers at the end of the season.
Carolina?
Jaguars, yeah, Carolina. You know, I mean, that's way out to be able to somehow jump above the Bears at pick number 1.
Oh, we're not going to do that. That's
not going to do it. I'm just looking at it. Yeah,
I mean,
nothing's mathematically impossible at this pub, except for us making the playoffs. But the Jaguars,
who's the Patriots got left?
We need the Bears to keep losing, though. The Bears need to lose.
We do.
Because we want that second round pick to be a little bit higher.
So the Pats have got the Bills and the Jets, so they could win against the Jets.
They could win against the Bills.
Meaning that we're solidified in that third spot. But I mean, realistically, what's around us? It's Arizona, it's Chicago, it's who else? Carolina, us,
New England,
and then New England, isn't it? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And New England,
Bears got the Falcons and the Packers.
Fucking Taylor.
They could win both of them games.
Fucking Taylor Heineke. What the fuck was the Colts? I mean, y'all pay attention to us when we're making picks. Y'all know I love the fucking Colts. I've been riding on the Colts, but goddamn, if they don't let me down when they shouldn't. Fucking Heineke.
I know.
So anyway, it's been making me eat crow for 2 years.
Oh no, but I stuck with Tampa Bay this week. So
you did.
You did. So
I didn't have a very good week this week.
I don't think so either.
No, I don't think I had a very good week. But
I'll have a look back while we're here. I haven't totted anything up yet, but
yeah, that's for Friday. You got to give everybody. Can't go telling everybody everything right off the bat. Coming up Friday here on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, find out how we did with the Big and Boss book by Scott Hartley. That's right, Scott Hartley on the Big and Boss book. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Since Scott is constantly on me, my WhatsApp is going off at 3 a.m. I can't sleep, John. This show's got to be over. It's at 1 hour. 1 hour. So we have one.
That's because I'm at work. John, and it's 9 a.m. I'm not bothered.
We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. So unless you have something important to say, let's hear it. Go ahead. Give us something for a minute and a half there, Scotty.
No, I don't think I've got a lot to say.
Nothing to say. Mr. Soppy Bollocks.
I'll tell you what I did. I'll tell everyone. I got kind of drunk yesterday, Christmas Day, and I thought I'll write the guys a lovely message on WhatsApp, and it was absolutely soppy as it gets.
It was amazing. It was fantastic,
including a picture, which I'm sure that all of us could have.
Including the picture, yeah. You don't want to see that, yeah.
But hey, you know what? You get it when you can. All right.
Mr. Burrows, indeed. Hello, mate. You all right? Hope you're well.
Yeah. How you doing, Andy? And I didn't hear from Scouts until I think like about third quarter was the last time I heard from Scouts. So Merry Christmas to him and all.
He's been really not very well at all. Bless him.
Yeah, I think he might have COVID. He might have the vid.
Max has COVID, so he ain't doing too well. Hoping he's doing better today. Well, yeah, and we are. See, this is what you get, Scott. We get down to 30 seconds. We're talking about snotty noses again. All right. So,
no, yeah, we're all there.
Just keep it on with the Scott parade here.
There he is. Yeah, just get him on.
Do that for another.
That is me on a Sunday, John. That is me on a Sunday.
I'm sure. In your new Sam Cosby shirt.
My new Sam Cosby shirt. Yeah, I got my wife a Trevor Lawrence shirt.
God, he was sweating. He was sweating.
I was sweating it out.